Capricorn, I'm Lisi the High Priestess, and you can find me on Lisi the High Priestess on TikTok. Please don't follow my hacker. She only has like 3 content of mine. I have over 500, and I don't follow everyone. You can find me on Lisi the High Priestess, Lisi.highpriestess86 on IG. You can also find me on Lisi's World on TikTok for my other talents. You can find me on Lisi the High Priestess 2 for TikTok y YouTube Español para mi gente latina. You can definitely press like, subscribe, notification bell. With the notification bell, you can get my lives. If not, you have to wait 12 hours. YouTube, I tell unique stories. It will not resonate with everyone because that's how I fucking like it. And I tell messages and general channeling while I'm doing my story. Okay. The Ace of Swords reversed. That it's not true. It's not true. Okay. The Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. It's not true. All right. Also, someone doesn't want to hear the truth, or someone doesn't allow someone to tell them the truth while they're at work. Or something's not working with the Three of Pentacles. You know, lying is not going to work. Lying will not work. Lying is not working. The King of Swords, someone's expect the Hierophant. I want to hear the truth. Now, the truth, you want to hear the truth? Because it's going to be very ugly with the Five of Swords. You want to hear the truth? Well, here's the fucking truth. Because with the Five of Swords on this deck of cards, look at that. Look at that Five of Swords. That is a very serious fucking Five of Swords. If you lie to this person, or if this person catches you lying, it's going to get fucking ugly. Because this person has a big ass sword. And when they get lied to, when someone gets lied to, that sword comes down and they swing the fuck out of that sword. Because they know what the fuck to do with that sword. I give you a sword so you can use it rightfully. But if you take this sword and you use it for bad, there will be consequences. Excuse me. Oh, my leg, my leg, my leg. Someone's also a sword fighter. All right. Also, someone wasn't taught how to use the sword. They learned on their own. All right. There's no teacher. It's self-taught. I feel like someone becomes one with the sword. Also, the only time you should ever pull out a gun is when you're going to use it. And never pull out a sword on someone unless you plan to execute. Because this is a really big ass fucking sword. And you can't hide the truth. You better come with the truth because this sword is meant to swing on people who don't know how to use it. You don't know how to work with the truth. But this sword can only work. Judgment. The Hangman. 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and the 8 of Swords. I feel like someone here is practice, like it's real sword. It reminds me of the part on Wednesday when both of the girls were using the sword and they were fighting. Ultimately, at the end, there was only one winner. No, it came to show who really has skills with the knife. No, and it was a really, really good fight because both of them were very skilled. And sometimes when someone finds out someone is more skilled than them, they do certain things. When the hating and working, they start telling lies. When beating them fairly ain't working, they start doing, like they do little things like throw fucking sand or salt into your eyes. Like, because there is people who cheat like that. They it's almost like, is it that movie Rocky? Was it Rocky? Where, or no, oh, it could have been Karate Kid. I don't quite remember, but I know that what they did, they would like bandage up the hands. And then one of the guys, what they did is put their hand into glass. And so when they fought someone, they actually would hit them with glass. For another person, I remember when, I don't know if it was Karate Kid or Rocky, but they threw like a potion or something in their eyes so they couldn't see. And so they had to fight off of pure intuition. Use their other senses to fight. I also feel like this is the kind of fight where you can't use knives. You have to use your hands. So you put the knives down, you put the gun down, and now you're squaring up. All right. 5 of Wands, you're going to square up. Can even be a football or any kind of sport or whatever. When we're speaking sports, there's people who are real sore losers. Yo, I had gone to a basketball game recently, and these basketball players, they were it was like a C team, and the school decided to take people who were in JV and play them as star players for the C team. And you don't think they were going to win against the other C team when they're using star players? And then once they like had their couple points, they obviously had everything in the bag. Then they let the players that were originally C team play. Isn't that cheating? Isn't that being a sore loser? Winning by all means, and definitely not winning fairly. Because if it was a fair game, they would have never put people who were playing in JV into the C team. It ain't fair. But then again, ain't shit fair in life, right? That's why your teacher it's very important to understand who your teacher really is. Because in life, people can teach you the wrong shit that ain't going to take you nowhere. And you have to find shortcuts to actually measure up to the real. That means you can't really have competition because you're not playing fair. It's not really a competition. It's cheating. 2 of Swords. You may think that nobody knows, but beyond this, there's spirits that watch us. There's something beyond us that watches us all the time. You may think the whole world don't fucking know, but indeed the whole world does know. That tree, that plant, that area, that location you were at leaves a residue of your actions. Everything is pre-recorded on your mind to the day that you go and meet your maker for real, for real. Everything you've done in life will be replayed back in a matter of seconds before you leave this vehicle. All them little cheat codes, they're going to come up. The devil, the 8 of Swords, and the nine of Swords. Because there had to be a demon in that room to convince somebody that they could not lose. So you're going to have to do certain things to get there. But it's, where else it gets implanted in? Your DNA. If we're going to talk about natural selection and survival of the fittest and all that, they say that, what asshole was sitting the Galapagos Island or something like that. I forgot. Was it Darwin? No, Darwin theory was it Darwin? I don't quite remember. Anyways, one of these scholars out there decided to spend their time in the Galapagos Islands. Pretty sure. And what he said was that over time, these birds' DNA and their physical appearances would change according to their circumstances in that area. So over time, they developed different methods to adapt it to their hostile environment. For example, let's say at the very beginning, 10 years ago, let's say 10 years ago, there was a bird, and this bird had black feathers. Okay. And over 10 years, that bird now is breeding birds that are white, because let's assume the island is always sunny. Black attracts more heat, but white filters your body a little bit more. So throughout the time, their DNA helix or whatnot starts to change, their colors start to change. So within 10 years, they are now a white bird. They're no longer a black bird. If you understand what I'm saying, I'm not saying that necessarily this is what happened. I'm just That's pretty much what he was telling us. And so when you start breeding children, those very same things that because they say like son like father, or whatever the fuck. You're just like your mother, maybe you're just like your father, whatever. All that shit is passed down from somewhere. And even if it's not passed down from your parents, it's passed down somewhere in your DNA, down in your lineage of family, to carry certain characteristics inside of you. They say when a woman is pregnant, their children will become the temperament of what their mother was. Let's assume I'm pregnant and I'm crying all the fucking time. More than likely, when I have my child, they will be a crybaby. Let's assume I'm pregnant right now. And throughout my whole pregnancy, all I did was fight, argue, and fuss. That child of mine may not be like that in the very beginning, but throughout the time that they age, it will be instilled in them, because that's who I was when I was pregnant with them. Somehow I was feeding those type of that I don't know, that formula that's inside of me or whatnot into my child. So it's safe to say that some shit is passed down. And sometimes when you're not exactly like your father or your mother, that's because you're maybe something like your ancestor way before their time. And you happen to be the chosen one to carry that special DNA to be nothing like them. But for others, they don't get blessed like that. Some of them, are cursed to be just like them, because not everything is a blessing. When your child acting bad and you're like, they get that shit from their daddy, or they probably get that from the other side or some bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? It be like that. But people be always wanting to take credit for their good behavior too. Oh, they get that from me, or they're just like their mammy or whatever. But they'll discredit all the bad things. Anyways, moral of the story is, some things in life is passed down. Some things are learned. Some people are conditioned to be the way that they are. And some people are meant to break generational curses. And some people are meant to be different. And we can define who you really are through those actions that you think that people don't see.